That would have been cool if that worked. There we go. What's up, dude?
Good, man.
All right. Welcome to the Bangin Brass Podcast. We got Scott Greene, ladies and gentlemen. It's fair to say three-gun, not just three-gun though, but shooting sports phenom. I mean, you are, you're a monster. Let's be real here. Three-gun wise, you're a G. Shotgun wise, you're a G. Pistol wise, you're a G. Rifle, everything, you're pretty damn good. So I made a real attempt to like power through and write every single accomplishment that you sent me, like every match. It was way too much. Normally I go through and I read off all your stuff. I will say that it was a good 9 or 10 scrolls to get to the bottom of the list. But safe to say you're not just a multi, but a multi-time national and match champion many times over. You've been to world shoots. You've done well at world shoots. Other world championships. I mean, PCC World Championship 2017, you won that. Multi-gun Nats, you crush that all the time. You've won area matches, Golden Bullets, Safari Land Expedition match, national champion, Three-Gun Nation Pro Series. You won you get it. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? But it's awesome because not only are you a three-gunner, right, but you also crush it on the USPSA side. So
I shoot more USPSA than I do three-gun, especially locally, but major-wise, it's probably about a even split between the two.
All right. So you're a three-gunner that's also a USPSA guy. So that makes it a little bit easier for my viewers to swallow the pill.
So I know you've had Sean on and Joe on, who are very good three-gunners, but they don't shoot a whole lot of USPSA, whereas I shoot about 50-50 on.
Yeah, they're predominantly three-gun, whereas you're kind of you're a multi-sport athlete.
I just shoot what's available to me mostly.
Exactly, which is all the guns. So let's start out with, let's get an introduction of who you are and what the hell got you into this crazy sport.
Scott, I live in a small town outside of Reno, Nevada. Got into it because of an ex-girlfriend and her father being way into guns, right? Well, okay, let me back up even farther. In high school in Reno, every high school in the city has a shooting range on it and a rifle team with it. And I don't mean rifle teams spinning the rifle stuff. I'm talking about Olympic-style 10-meter 22s.
Really?
So every high school in Reno has a gun range on the high school.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, so I was growing up, always playing sports, football, baseball, basketball, all the things, right? Well, then I decided, my military family, father, brothers, all served in the Air Force and whatnot, so I joined JROTC in high school. And that's where I discovered they had this rifle team in. So obviously I jumped on that and then shot that for 3 years in high school, and then baseball started going really well. So I hung up the gun and then started throwing balls more and more. I went to college for baseball, wrapped that up, and then it was like 2 or 3 years went by before I even shot a gun again. The ex-girlfriend's father took us out. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I went and bought one. And then I got real bored of shooting paper from a standing position, right? So I wanted to buy a piece of steel. But steel, I found out, was expensive at the time. It still is.
Still is.
And while Googling for steel targets, I found a local club that shoots USPSA matches. Didn't know what that was, or IDPA, or three-gun. So I go out there, shoot my first match, which was an IDPA match. Following weekend, shot a USPSA match, and that was way better. Following weekend, I shot a three-gun match, which was 3 times even better. And then I didn't miss a weekend for 4 years. I shot a match every weekend for 4 years after that. And now that's mostly what I do.
That is badass. So kind of just fell into it, which seems to be the running thing with most shooters, is they just kind of fall into this. They don't there's a couple rare occurrences where a family member did it, or your dad did it, or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty rare that's not the case, where somebody just kind of doesn't fall into it.
Yeah, I didn't actively seek it out. I just ended up into it. And luckily, my local club, a bunch of guys all kind of were shooting at the same time, starting at the same time. And actually, one buddy of mine, we started on the same day of the same match. And then we ended up, joint buying a press with a third buddy, and then just kind of rolled. And then
Snowballed.
I'd known this guy for 6 months at the time, and we started taking trips to Texas and Oklahoma, driving the whole way. Yeah, it was fun. I saw he was in here. Bobby's in here. Hi, Bobby.
What's up, Bobby? So how long did you do it before you were like, okay, this is something that I want to like just jump head first into?
Almost immediately. Yeah. So once baseball ended, I needed like a competitive thing. So I had a little lull in there where I picked up golf, not super seriously, but I was playing every weekend kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know what it was about the shooting sports. Maybe the community about it, because golf's more, seclusive and you're on your own with some random guys. But the range with the guys out there, it really vibes with me pretty well.
Yeah, it's a very camaraderie, like brotherhood type sport. Like a lot. Can you hear me?
Cody, I'm going to move that Man Crush to 1.5, not 2.
Man Crush 2. Yeah, so that was a similar situation with me. I played sports all through high school and stuff, and then like just didn't for a while, and then now I found this, and I'm like, oh, now I remember what that felt like. It's like you're a crack addict for 18 years, and then you laid off the pipe, and then somebody sticks one in your mouth and lights it, and you're like, oh, there it is. Yeah, it's big time. Nope, your audio's cut out.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go. It's back.
Oh, okay. I may have been a little too quiet there.
Yeah, you gotta speak up, bro. You gotta speak up.
I'm sorry, man. The wife's doing homework next door. I don't want to be too crazy.
Mine's not. Mine was trying to watch a loud ass TV show, and I was like, I was like, don't do that. But so man, what do you think? So you've shot hundreds of matches, right? How long have you been shooting? What year did you start?
August of 2014 was my first match. So I'm coming up on, 7 years in August? Something like that.
Yeah, for sure. So that's a long time. I mean, what was that, 14? So that's what, 7 years? How long before you really started putting out on the big stage, like winning some majors, top 5, top 10, stuff like that?
Won my first major in 2016. It was a level 2 single stack first production match. USPSA match, obviously.
Yeah, silver bullet.
Yep, silver bullet. Yep.
Silver bullet overall and single stack title.
Yeah, that one was really the turning point. Also, just before that, I had just gotten signed on with Limcat, who luckily for me, this is just a fluke, not Liz, but works in Reno also. So I just fell into that, which was fantastic. And had great teammates over there. I don't know if you probably didn't hear because you started a little after he quit, but Kincaid Ross was a phenomenal junior shooter.
I have heard a lot about Kincaid Ross. I have yet to meet the guy, have yet to shoot with the guy, but everyone I know who talks about him says that guy could have been just dominant, just basically what Christian is now. He could have been that.
So there's an interview from 2016 or something where Max Michelle is doing an interview, and he said, I'm scared. Well, he didn't say directly, I'm scared of Kincaid Ross. But they asked him, who are you looking after? Or who are you keeping your eyes on? He singled out Kincaid, who was a phenomenal shooter. Now he's being a cowboy and doing cowboy things, but
Yeah.
He hung it up. But I got to shoot with him a whole bunch locally. I have a couple other GMs locally, in James Ong and Gianni, who you just had on recently, is semi-close to me. We shoot one of the same local matches.
He's a beast.
Oh, for sure.
Kid's a straight-up stud. Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
said he
so
won his class and division in Three Gun Nation his first year.
uh, well, I don't really count that because it was just they had their own classification system. So it was essentially winning C class at their nationals. So I don't count that one.
Still pretty dope. And
Yeah,
someone else said,
that was 8 months in when I did that. Finished 16th in nationals at Three Gun Nation nationals my first year shooting.
that's pretty dope. And then someone said Kincaid Ross was faster than Seiler. That's saying a lot.
Well, it's hard to compare the two, right? Because there's like 3 years between them. But
Yeah,
man, if he wasn't a monster, he probably could still come back right now and hang in top, 96% if he wanted to. He's insane.
I got to shoot against this guy. I love it.
Yeah, he's nuts. I can't remember. He shot the world shoot in Florida, whatever year that was. 2017?
Yeah, it was 2017.
Yeah, so he was a junior. I'm going to have to pull the scores back up and check, but I think he was up there.
That's insane.
Maybe not
well,
overall, but definitely for the junior category.
Well, this isn't the Kincaid Ross show. This is the Scott Greene show. So I want to hear more about you, bro. So what was your like crowning achievement in the sport so far? What was the one match where you were like, that's the one that I'm most proud of?
The shoot off at the Shotgun World Shoot.
So how does that work? How does the shoot off work?
Top 8.
Top 8. So the top 8 do what? They shoot a stage?
Yep, it's head to head shoot off style, knock over plates, that whole thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, every IPSC match generally ends in a shoot off at the top, whatever, in every division. And back in the day, it used to be the way to crown the world champion before we just accepted the winner as the winner. They would fight to get in the shoot off, and the shoot off winner would be the winner. But
That's
anyway,
pretty dope.
yeah, that was an insane match. Super high highs and super low lows. And then get to the shoot off and actually get paired up against Josh Fralick, my buddy, who won the match. So he was the 1 seed, I was the 8 seed. I snuck past him and then rolled through and won the shoot off. And that was it's really hard to put that into words because there's a whole stadium behind you. There's 62 countries there that were there. It's nuts.
That's insane. That's the dream for me is to do something like that. Someone said your first time beating Jerry wasn't one of them.
So that was this is gonna sound it's actually a funny story. So that's Bobby. It was my first major match. First major 3-gun match, or first major match period. I can't recall. So it's a 3-gun nation regional in St. George, Utah. And it's this stage where you start shooting some shotgun with some flying clays in a bay. You run through the back of the bay where they cut an exit. Shoot some pistol, working your way up another hill, pull a rifle out, and then shoot some more rifle on top of a third hill, right? And so my raw time was like, I don't know, 107 or something. And Jerry's time was like a 105. But Jerry had a foot fault back on the clay section, the shotgun section. So I ended up beating Jerry on that stage. And I come down the hill, I'm like, oh my God, Jerry on stage. My buddy's like, man, you beat an old man up a hill. I'm like, thanks, Dick. Thanks.
It does not matter. Listen,
he's not wrong. Yeah.
When Usain Bolt is 80 years old, if I beat that sumbitch in a foot race, you bet your ass I'm going to tell everybody I beat Usain Bolt in a foot race, and it don't fucking matter how old he was. All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about the story.
Yeah, he really popped my balloon right there. But it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Who needs enemies when you got friends like that?
Yeah, for sure.
So the Shotgun World shoot off win was your big like blowout moment so far.
That would be the top of the list. There's others up there. My first USPSA national title was up there pretty high. But that world shoot title was still way up there, and as well as the rifle world shoot, having a silver medal for the rifle team, the men's open team. That's way up there. Just because you got a flag on your back and you feel like you're fighting, but not just yourself. So that's really cool. Granted, we didn't win, but it was still pretty awesome.
Silver is out of the world. Like, come on.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Come on. If anyone talks shit about that, then they deserve to be deported. because that's very un-American. That's how that works.
That.
Yeah, so that's my goal. That's my long-term goal, is to get to represent the U.S. in some form or fashion at a world shoot. That to me would be awesome. And then once that happens, then it's time to win one. Oh shit, Jim Krantz is in here. What's up, dog? But yeah, so that's a big deal, man. And we talked about Limcat earlier. How long you still with Limcat?
Yep, still with Limcat.
And you've been with them since the beginning.
About a year, between my first and second year, yeah, they picked me up. And I've been with them ever since. And until a better offer comes along, I'm not going anywhere. I love those guys like family.
They're good people, man. I've got to meet the guys out of Limcat. They're good people. I'm kind of the same way with Atlas. They picked me up like super early, like before I even realized what was going on. Like I think I even asked when they told me, like, "Hey, you want?" I was like, "Sure." And now they can't get rid of me.
Yeah, for sure.
It would have to be something pretty special. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Johnny Lim's legit. And I saw in your picture, I think the picture that I posted of you, you're shooting a Limcat. Or was it the shotgun?
There is more than one open shotgun option out there.
Yeah.
I shoot Limcat. Same platform, Vepr. We modify it all in-house. The only difference is Johnny's not necessarily a shotgun builder. Granted, the shotguns he built were great, but he's not chasing down shotguns to then modify and sell when he's got all these pistols already made. So if someone's got a Vepr and they want to race it out, he will do that. But he's not hunting down containers full of Veprs to modify. He can build pistols. That's a better business choice for him.
Yeah, and then his, I'll tell you the gun that I thought was badass that he did was the Tron, the PCC.
Oh, the PCC, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That thing looked like the tits. I never got to shoot one, but they seem pretty cool. I almost ordered one, actually, like when they first came out.
See me at a match, and I happen to be shooting it, which is pretty sporadic when I shoot that thing. But you're more than welcome. Yeah.
Are they doing an individual PCC Nats again this year?
They are, yep, and it's in October.
Shit. Wish they would have done it at the same time as Open. I'd have shot that damn thing. But yeah, are you shooting Open Nationals?
I'm not shooting Open, but I am shooting PCC.
Boo, shoot Open. Come on, just do it. You got an Open gun.
Gun Nationals yet.
Why not?
Because I shoot 3-gun, man.
But you also shoot USPSA. You've shot,
I'll shoot.
Look at this is like all like that. That's before I got tired of writing. This is like a third of the bullshit that you sent me.
That's just practice for 3-gun, man.
It's just practice for 3-gun. That's what a lot of 3-gunners say. Oh, I just shoot USPSA because it's practice for 3-gun. Bullshit. I know you guys enjoy it just as much as we do.
It's not that 3-gunners can't shoot pistol matches. Granted, the pistol shooters are going to be a little hair better just from repetition on it. But we just, people want to, say all the time, oh, 2 anywhere, you don't give a damn. Well, yeah, if your target is not an alpha, it's the whole target, you just change your focus a little bit, change your acceptance, and then you're fine.
Yep.
It's no different. You just accept much more than you would in USPSA.
Oh, Jim's throwing down. He said they can't. Oh, Jim's starting the bullshit. Here we go.
Tim Yackley, I'm not going to go down this fucking list of can't shoot pistol.
No, man, I've shot USPSA with some 3-gunners that are fucking talented. Like straight up G's. And I have yet to run across a 3-gunner who's not pretty well versed in a pistol. The difference is all we do is pistol, right? So we're a little bit more versed at the game. But then you got guys who just do 3-gun full time that come over and go straight ham on the USPSA guys. There are some really good 3-gun pistol shooters in the world.
I'm out there.
Yeah,
not everyone, granted. But
one of the best trigger pullers of all time, old Jerry Michalik. That guy, he'd still terrify me if his ass walked up to me on a squad. I'd be like, you're shooting this too? Oh, fuck. I'd have my open gun. I'd still be worried if he had a revolver on his hip.
Like a lot of the top, pistol shooters still shoot some 3-gun. Like Shane Coley's shot a handful or two of multi-gun matches.
I'm
Nels
putting.
Johnson shoots a crap
Oh,
load of multi-gun matches. Like, you gonna tell me they can't shoot a pistol? Get out of
yeah,
here.
yeah. I still I've held off shooting 3-gun. I think for the fact of I'm gonna like it a little too much.
It is a lot of fun. The
I'm
only
worried.
downside to 3-gun, I think, is flying to matches and carrying all the crap you got to carry on the range.
So how does that work when you fly with all that shit? Like, how does it work with your ammo? Because I know for us, it's a pain in the ass to just get our pistol ammo there. How does that work with you guys? I mean, y'all have literally triple the ammo.
Most of the guys, especially in open where I shoot, those guys will just accept the overage on the weight for stuff and just pay it. I don't do that. I don't have the budget to just throw out a couple $100 additional on every flight I take. But I ship most of my ammo. I'll bring, so I still shoot 9 major in my open gun, even though I'm shooting a 3-gun match. I'll still shoot major. I
Word.
don't want the impulse to be any different than what I shoot normally locally. So I'll bring my major ammo with me and my slugs and my long range if I can get all that together. That's the 3 most important things that all my guns are zeroed for, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll just ship my bulk 55 grain Hoser rifle ammo. I'll ship my birdshot. And if you order offline, before 2020, right, you can just drop ship from like Cabela's to the
Yeah.
match. It's there, free shipping. And then I'll, you know, that's it. So I'll ship all the ammo, and then I'll have to fight with the scale in my bags to make weight. But it's not terrible.
How the
Just takes
hell
some
do you
finessing,
get
like 2 or 3
all
times to
that
get it.
shit there without breaking the overage fee? How is that even possible?
Well, so I'll ship all the ammo I can, right? And then I won't bring backup rifles or shotguns to 3-gun majors, but I'll bring a backup pistol. But I will bring backup bolts, carriers, small components, bipods for open for rifles, shotgun mags for the open shotgun. And it comes in at like 50 or 49.9 pounds. And then I'll stuff the other bag full of my range bag with all the other stuff, bags and magazines and other crap. And that comes up to 49.9 pounds. And then I'll have a backpack stuffed full of extra clothes and jackets, and I'll have a carry-on bag full of more clothes. And that's how I do it.
Jesus Christ. That's insane. I fly Southwest, so 2 bags free, and then I don't pay the overage now, but I used to keep this big ass Cobalt box, and I would I would just stuff all my shit in there, and it'd be 130 pounds, and it's only a $70 fee. I'd be like, whatever, fuck it, and I'd just pay it, and then I'd just wheel that box around with me everywhere. It was pretty nice. Now I'm like, you know what? I don't need all this jibber jabber. So now I'm like, guns, ammo, belt, clothes, range bag, essentials. Now I go, all my shit fits on my back. And then I have like my clothes and all that stuff in the bag.
I fly Southwest as well. But I've just learned trial and error, several dozen matches flying that I've learned how to maneuver it
Yep.
and what I can and can't get away with. But
Yeah. Somebody said to ask you about fitting 2 3-gunner stuff in your tiny car.
yeah, I got a tiny car that doesn't have any. It has back seats, but not if you have legs.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I can fit 3 people's worth of 3-gun gear in my tiny car to travel to a match. And people usually laugh at me when I get out of that tiny thing. Because I'm 6'4" and I have a itty bitty car.
Dude, I'm about to, now that I live in Houston, I'm driving so much. I got my truck. I'm about to buy a little economy car on the side to drive to work. I've been looking around. Might get something cool, a little zip to it, like a Fiat 500.
Yeah, only a fistback from that to a match. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, speaking of 3-gunners, we got not just 3-gunners, but multi-sport 3-gun and USPSA guys. Jacob Hetherington just got on here.
There he is. I see him. What's up, bud?
Yeah. Talk about a pistol shooter. He can dominate some multi-gun as well.
I think he just won up in Minnesota, didn't he? I think so.
Probably.
But if that was you.
He wins a lot of shit. So if someone says, "Oh, hey, did Harrington win something?" I'm like, probably. The odds are pretty much in his favor. But Anyway, so what do you think? So this was a question I got, right, for new three gunners, and this is a question that I always ask for like new shooters, but for new three gunners specifically, that's what this was about. What do you think is the most important thing to learn in the very beginning?
So building blocks are gonna. I can narrow it down pretty simply, or I can get deep, but I don't want to get that deep into it. Basically, have some decent pistol skills. That'll get you a long ways. Long range rifle will get you a long ways. Shotgun loading will get you another decent way, and transitions between guns will get you another decent couple seconds per stage as well. Those are four pretty. Not they're all difficult in their own thing, but those are four key components to get decent at it. And going 1-for-1 on shotgun stuff, especially shooting a division like TAC or limited, you don't want to have standing reloads with the bolt lock shotgun. Go 1-for-1 on the shotgun. Plan for makeup shots, and just build on going 1-for-1, especially with long range rifle if you can.
Yeah, I feel like I've shot a lot of shotgun in my day. A lot. I used to shoot clays all the time growing up. I was in the oil and gas industry. We had clay shoots every fucking weekend. I don't think shotgun's going to be a problem. Now, that long range rifle, that might be a pain point I'm going to have to figure out for the 3-gun stuff.
Bill Jonathan approach where you just shoot 55 grain stuff, hold your ammo at everything, and you just shoot it so fast. You send a slurry of rounds out there, one of them's going to hit it. He does well. He wins. He's won multi-gun nationals before. So
hey, man, that's might be how you do it. How you do it. I shoot my I have an F1 3-gun rifle. It's all jazzed up and dolled out and all ready to fucking rock. What?
It's the wife's gun and not yours.
It is the wife's gun, technically.
I was listening to an earlier podcast today. Yeah.
Yeah. Gentlemen, pro tip: if you want something really, really, really bad, buy it for your wife. So simple. My wife's got a bunch of cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't use any
shot none of it, but you have.
Mm-mm. She shoots a rifle once a quarter. Whenever we go to the range and she's bored, she's like, "Oh, shoot a rifle." I go, she shoots like 2 mags, and she's like, "I'm good." Me, I'm over there just like having a ball. What's up? It cut your audio. But yeah, I've shot that rifle quite a bit, just in preparation for when I'm gonna go shoot 3-gun, and all's good till we get past 300.
Generally, you're not going to see a whole lot. It depends on where you shoot in the country, I guess. Generally, too. So if you're shooting in Texas, like you are, you're going to hit 500-600 yards pretty commonly, right? Yeah. That's rough to learn on, especially with that Texas wind.
What are the size of the targets at that distance?
4 minute is generally the agreed upon size. There are some matches that have smaller and some that are more generous, but every about a 4 minute target size. Yeah.
English for the listeners. Feet.
An inch every 100 yards. More or less.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 4 minute. They have 4 minute targets, so 4 inches every 100 yards. Forgive me.
So a 20-inch plate, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quick math. Yeah, that makes sense because I've been trying to I got 10-inch plates. And yeah, that's rough. It's really, really
a lot
rough.
of it's just knowing your gun and where to hold and learning BDCs because you don't want to be adjusting a scope on fly, stuff like that.
Yeah, but when you shoot out to that distance, are you normally prone?
I wouldn't say normally, but it's If you're shooting that far, you're either off of a barricade of some kind or prone. Yeah.
Okay, because I've been trying to do it off barricade.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bitch.
It just comes down to building a solid position off of the barricades. Some are easier than others, obviously, but there's generally a way to get a good position off most barricades, and it's just learning how to do that, and tips and tricks you can do to help you out with that.
Yeah, I say it's hard. When I say it's hard, is like no makeup shots, right? Like, I'm a USPSA guy, so I think like no makeup shots, no makeup shots, no makeup shots. So like to 300 yards, dude, I'm comfortable and it's fast. Just ping, 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 ping. Then like the further it gets out, I'm like try to keep that speed, and it's like, oh nope, that's dust flying. That's not a hit on target.
So unless you're like Daniel Horner or Greg Jordan or Cody Leeper, you're gonna have makeup shots on long range. Everyone else does. It's a thing. Those three guys specifically, I can picture in my head, are just freaks, and they're gonna go 1-for-1 most of the time. But generally speaking, you're gonna have a couple of makeup shots in there. Everyone does.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Daniel Horner was shot for the AMU forever. He had like 1 million rounds a year to shoot whatever he wanted. So,
Yeah.
of course, he's going to know that rifle and everything and his ammo like the back of his hand. Yeah. Somebody said, yeah, Mike said Texas wind will fuck you up. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. I went and shot a precision rifle match when I was still living in Midland. And out there, it's just all flat and windy as fuck. And those guys are all super prepared.
Believe it or not, I spent 3 months in Odessa.
Doing what?
Long story short, nothing. I was had some buddies playing for the D2 college out there, and I was just chilling for 3 months after college.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's all flat out there. Those guys were very prepared for wind. And then like I was not. I was like, I've shot this range before, so I'm thinking, I've shot out this distance before. It's not going to be too crazy. And then they were setting some crazy shit up. And then the positions we were shooting from, and then the wind was really bad that day. And they had purposefully set the targets instead of in front of where the channels cut through. They set them after, so you have channels running wind right in front of the targets. They were dicks about it. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I'm not the best at it. I do enough to survive and make it up elsewhere.
Yep. I'm definitely going to give it a shot, man. I'm going to give 3-gun a shot. Maybe we'll shoot a 3-gun match together.
I hope so, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. You're going to come shoot a USPSA major one of these days. I'll see you there.
A bunch of USPSA majors, just not a major.
Just not a nationals. Yeah. Dude, I'm going to shoot open nationals. I'll shoot all right, so 2022. You shoot open nationals. I'll shoot multi-gun nationals. Deal?
Oh, that's tempting.
When is multi-gun nationals?
In 2022, I have no idea. I don't know where it's going to be. If they even have it again, they didn't have it this year.
I'll shoot a 3-gun championship of some sort, a big one.
I like that.
I'll go get my shit.
I've been wanting to go to a handgun nationals anyway. I don't know what division I would shoot though. That's the question.
Open, baby.
It's either going to be open or stack. I don't know.
No, do open. Stack, you don't want to do that.
I like my stack gun.
You don't want to do that. You'll get verbally assaulted by bearded people.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can do it, bro.
Just see where it ends up. It'd be fun.
You do what?
Maybe I'll come play it open and see how it ends up. That'd be fun.
I think you're going to do better than you think you're going to do. Open is fast, but you're fast, and you just gotta listen. And open, Charlies won't kill you that bad. Now Deltas will fuck you, but Charlies won't hurt you that bad. I think you're gonna do just fine.
Yeah, I've been shooting a little bit. I've won a couple of majors with the open gun, but nothing, big.
Okay, let's lock it in, man. You shoot open nationals, I'll shoot a big multi-gun championship. We're not going to seal it in blood or anything, but let's do it. All right. You heard it here, folks. Scott Greene will be at Open Nationals next year. All right. So I had somebody ask me to ask you, how much do you dry fire being a 3-gunner?
a lot of flack for this lately. Uh, I don't.
Did you at
And I
one
guess
point?
so. Yeah, for the first 4 years where I didn't miss a weekend, I was dry firing, almost every day, 15 minutes, maybe twice a day. Uh, and then after that, I wasn't getting any more benefit out of it. It was more of a maintaining kind of thing. Now, granted, if I get a new gun or I'm changing platforms drastically, like from open to single stack, I'll put a little more work in. But now it comes down to about a week before a major, never before a local anymore. Week before a major, I'll probably do an hour split up between 3 or 4 days.
Okay. So like right before the major, you just kind of knock the dust off, knock the rust off.
Yeah, just make sure it's all still there. I'm not, I'm just making sure it's still there, basically.
Hell yeah. Okay.
The other thing I get a lot of crap for, and someone's probably going to ask it, is the amount of actual live fire I do. And I get more crap for that than the dry fire thing because I shoot 150 rounds in practice. No, okay. So I shoot less than between 8,000 and 10,000 rounds a year. Between 6,000 and 8,000 rounds a year, period, including majors and locals.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
No. My practice consists of checking 0 and then shooting 50 rounds. And that's maybe before a major. Otherwise, I'll shoot local matches.
So you're just showing up and torching people like Ricky Bobby, just a big, hairy American winning machine, huh?
Shake and bake, baby.
That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, that's, here's the thing. Now, if you did have 50,000 rounds to practice and you did dry fire every day, what then?
Would I be better? Yeah, I would be, for sure, definitely.
Would you have as much fun and enjoy it as much?
Would I be exponentially better? No. Is there better things to worry about on a stage than, a reload between point A and point B? Probably. I do wish I had more rounds to fire in practice, but I don't. So I work with what I got, and what I got is enough to hold me in there. So, I mean,
you need to get hooked up on one of those federal sponsorships or something.
I wish, man.
Right? You and me both, bro.
I mean, some shady ass local reman guy, I might play with it.
For real. Especially right now. I'm lucky. I got components partners. So like I get my cases, I get my bullets and my powder from those guys. They do me right. Primers though are all on me, and that used to be an awesome deal before the pandemic. I was like, shit, I can get primers anytime I want. Buy 100,000 of them hoes.
High end, good.
Yeah.
More.
Now I'm like texting all my buddies like a crack addict when I know they're going out of the state. I'm like, you got any of them primers, man?
Yeah, I just ran out of them. So I load my major at Limcat shop, and I have been bringing them primers to load and whatnot. Give them my last little bit for that last PC or the 2-gun national that just happened a couple weeks ago, and now they're like, all right, we're finally hurting on components. You got to bring us some of those more. And I'm like, damn it. All right.
Yeah, it's rough business right now, man. I luckily, one of my buddies who was in Ohio just lucked up on 10K and hit me up and was like, they're 79 bucks a thousand. I was like, I'll take 10. So
I've seen things going, especially on the West Coast out here with California so nearby. I've seen people listing primers for $300 a thousand.
Oh yeah, dude. I know people paying it.
It's nuts.
I get guys I know locally that hit me up like, bro, I got this primer deal, man. You want in on it? I'm like, yeah, how much? Like, oh, bro, it's cheap, like $200 a thousand. I'm like, go fuck yourself. You know how long 1,000 rounds lasts me? Nothing.
People load for 6 cents a round. I'm not doing that for 20 cents a primer. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I couldn't understand it. So I luckily I've still got a backlog. That last 8 or 10K that I got, I think it was 10K. Yeah. That last bit I got that puts me at, now I've got another 42K to last me till this primer shortage is over. or I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and just slowly feeding in 10, 20K at a time.
I'm going to be slowly saving what little supply I still have left to go shoot majors this year.
Yeah. I went to a guy's house the other day, one of my buddies I shoot with, and walked into his reloading room. Dude has probably 500,000 primers sitting in there. I
got a friend like that too. Yeah.
I was like, hold on, what is that? He was like, that's called being prepared, motherfucker. I was like, what? He was like, hey, I went through Sandy Hook and Obama and all that. He goes, I ain't stupid. He goes, I still ain't touched that. I still got a drawer over here with 80K that was what I've been buying. He goes, this shit stays in case it gets real bad. And I was like, can I get like 20,000 of that? He's like, nope. I was like, damn it.
Actually stash or hoard anything like that. If I have it, I shoot it, man. I hate it.
I
never
will.
have like a supply.
I will after this. I never been through anything like this. Like 2018 was my first year. Like, so I haven't been through a primer shortage like this. So now it's, now when this is over, if it's over, when it's over, when primers go back to the prices they were, oh, daddy's getting a pallet or two for sure.
Every trip to any gun store that sells primers or anything, while I'm there, if I'm there buying shoes, I don't care. I'm going to buy 1,000 primers. Done.
Easy. Yep. Every time. It's going to be like getting gas, just something you do.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's insane. But so you don't dry fire.
I do a week before a major, yeah.
Okay, you don't dry fire.
I don't dry fire. I know if Joe ever ends up seeing this, he's going to scream at me. But, yeah.
Yeah. So Joe, he doesn't dry fire. You don't really live fire all that much.
No.
You just kick ass.
I shoot locals. I shoot quite a bit of locals.
All right, so practice, local matches are your practice.
Yeah. And if I need to work on a skill set, that's what I'll go spend 50 rounds doing at the range.
Okay.
Working on that specific thing, and then I'll shoot a local, and then I'll go to a major.
Okay, roger that. What's your favorite place to shoot that you've been to? It can't be a local, like favorite place you've been to from a major. That was one of the questions.
Experience or range?
Experience and range.
Experience is the Philippines, far and above everything else, 10 times over. It's insane. Wow. Absolutely insane. So, this match we went to was the PSMOC, the Pismaka Olympics, the second one. It's supposed to be a once every 2 or 3 years match, I can't recall. But anyway, we get down to the Philippines and walk into the range, and I get assigned a caddy to carry all my crap for me. The caddy also reloads my mags, carries all my crap, and then I got assigned a personal assistant.
Oh, wait, what?
So I had a caddy to carry my stuff, so I had the labor guy. I had a personal assistant who was there to make sure I had everything I need. So she had a walkie-talkie, and she had a runner to run and get whatever it is I wanted. So she was, the middle person to a runner to get my stuff, not counting the caddy who was carrying all my crap.
What kind of stuff? Like food, drinks?
Yeah, water, snacks, food, anything. And the three of them followed me around the whole, 5-day match I was there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and you tip the guy, we threw him $20 a day. It was we might have done more than that. We might have done $100 a day. Because what he makes like $20 every 3 months or something like that. These caddies and assistants. So if you work with them for a week, you're making your salary in a week. So they treat you like gods. It's absolutely insane. I can't really understate how amazing it is.
Jesus.
Now,
that's insane.
Granted, we might have had a little bit more special treatment than most because the Philippines and Johnny's Limcat is from the Philippines. And Edwin Lim runs the range we were at, who's Johnny's brother. So
met him, super cool guy.
Oh, Johnny or Edwin? Johnny?
Edwin.
Edwin's awesome for
I've
sure.
met Johnny too. Super cool
Yeah.
dudes.
Edwin's awesome. And then we had catered dinners with lobster and all the bells and whistles at Edwin's place after the match, and uh, pre-match ceremonies included dinners and banquets and fireworks and free booze, and I don't mean like free like house booze. I'm talking free Blue Label, scotch.
Jesus.
It was.
Living
I,
high
I
on the
still can't
hog.
believe it actually happened.
That's legit. Do they still do that match?
Yeah, they're still going to keep doing it. Supposedly in every 2 or 3 years. Once this COVID crap is done, they're going to have it again.
And it's a 3-gun match.
No, so the one I shot, the Olympics, is a special match. That one is a pistol match, a PCC match, a shotgun match, a 3-gun match, and an IPSC shotgun match. 5 matches all in one.
Holy shit.
And so if you're shooting for what they call the King of the Range title, so you're shooting all 5 divisions and the highest score total, whatever wins, right? They give you a little golden pass. It's a little fast pass. You go to whatever stage you want, and no matter who's on the stage, how far in the squad they are, you show that pass, they'll kick the entire squad off the stage. You walk up, you shoot it, and then you leave. And they come back and shoot it after that. Yeah.
What in the hell?
So that match was awesome. It was like, I was there, JJ was there, Graffel was there. It was a big giant deal. It was awesome.
All right, I got to go shoot this match.
Amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Give me a heads up when the next one's coming up. I'll book that shit.
I think you want to be wary of is you don't want to be the person driving a car in the Philippines.
Why?
Imagine the worst tourist show driving collage of chaos you've ever seen in your life and double. There's no real rules.
So take a taxi. That's what you're saying.
Taxi or, just hire a driver. They're cheap. Just hire a guy to drive you around.
Yeah, probably do that. Yeah, definitely can do that.
Experience ever, right? The best facility would be the range in Châteauroux, France. I think I pronounced that right. I'm not sure. Where they had the shotgun world shoot and the handgun world shoot before that. Amazing range, amazing facility. 3-story berms on some stages and stuff like that.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's an old military base. It's turned into this crazy facility. Yeah.
That's insane. I gotta look at pictures. Send me the name of that whenever we get off here.
Okay,
if you can pronounce it. Try to find it. See if you can find it. I want to check that place out. That's legit, man. That's legit. So you've been able to literally travel to a lot of different places. How many countries have you been to shooting?
Shot in, well, not counting the U.S., 4 outside the U.S.
4 outside the U.S. Okay. That's super cool. And then you've been to probably every state at this point.
Not really. It's mostly sectional. Well, no, I've done all the West Coast. And then, like, Wyoming, Texas, Alabama, Missouri, Florida, Virginia. And that might be it outside of the West Coast so far. I still got to get to, like, Minnesota and see my friends up there and whatnot.
Yeah. So I haven't dabbled a whole lot in the West Coast. I keep getting buddies of mine that live in California to try to get me to come out there and shoot the Golden Bullet and all that, and I just haven't done it. I don't trust the gun laws or anything happening over there.
So I shoot a lot in California, and Cole Betos is still closed on Sunday.
What does that mean?
It's a restaurant in California. We tried to hit up a couple of times coming back from my match in California. So there's penal codes that allow you to come in and out with competition stuff that you're totally fine.
Okay, so I can come in with all my open shit just fine. I can fly in.
Yeah, totally fine.
All my ammo, all my mags, all my everything.
Totally fine.
If I end up in a California prison.
You won't. Fine.
All right, just double checking because I keep getting people every time you think like when I told people I was flying into Boston for Area 7 last year, they're like, "Oh shit, you better be careful." Dude, it was so easy. Like I flew in, like landed, left, came back, checked my shit in, left. It was so simple. And then like I want to go up to New York, and they were like, "Whoa, you don't want to do that. They're evil up there. They'll take all your shit." And I'm like, man, that would really suck.
Super easy. And it's the highest concentration of shooters in the country. Far more than Texas. It's nuts.
Yeah, fly into Reno and then ride with the Nevada and into California.
Yeah, it's a 20-minute drive to the border. Now I live a little bit outside, but Reno is 20 miles from the border of California or something like that.
How far is the Golden Bullet from you?
Depends on what range has it. Between two to 3.5, somewhere like that.
So you usually drive to the Golden Bullet.
Oh yeah. I'll even drive there and back. If it's 2 days, I'll drive there and back twice.
All right, well, next Golden Bullet, I'll fly into Reno. We'll have some fun, and then we'll go shoot the Golden Bullet.
This happened this year too. Damn.
What?
This year's one just happened too, like a couple of weeks ago.
I know. I tried to talk myself into it, but I can't remember what match was going on at the same time that I shot instead.
I couldn't make it this year either. I was kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, next year, hopefully, Golden Bullet is a go. I'll hit you up. We'll make it a fun deal. I'll come up. We'll do some shooting.
Oh yeah.
And then
I've been getting some guys out here
there.
at my local range and shooting with them too. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. We'll have a blast. So, more questions.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm kind of feathering them in as we go along.
Right.
Somebody asked, what if you could shoot one gun only for the rest of your life? What would it be?
For a variety of matches I can attend.
What'd you say, pistol?
Yeah, just because of the amount of matches I can shoot.
There
There's
we
barely
go.
any rifle-only matches outside of PRS stuff. There's barely any shotgun matches in the U.S. Just from abundance of matches, it's going to be a pistol. Just really no real choice about that.
All the USPSA guys are so happy right now.
I mean, I want to shoot, right? And if I have to hunt down the 3 shotgun matches a year that are in the U.S., it's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is a question for me. So, I want to buy an open shotgun. Mag fed or bust? Do you agree?
Yeah.
How hard is it to deal with the mag fed shotguns? Are they finicky?
No, they're not finicky if you know what you're doing. The problem is people don't know how to clean them, or they don't know what the ammo the guns need is. That's it. It's just maintenance and knowledge.
Okay,
So
dissident.
the number one problem people do with the shotgun, especially the Vepers, is that granted there are VR80s and other variants of that out there. I don't know much about them, but I just know Vepers, right? And all the top guys run Vepers. So clean out the gas lug religiously. Make sure that thing's super clean. The piston that's involved in there, the little puck, clean that thing out. And then you want to buy high quality holes in your shells. Shells with high quality holes. So shotgun shells are designed, for tube guns where they're stuck end to end, right? There's a lot of rigidity that way. Now if you start stacking them on top of each other and you get plastic and all that spring tension in the big mags, you start ovalizing the tips of those holes. And you try to shove a square peg into a round hole, that ain't going to work. That's also the same reason why you see open shooters putting their shotgun shells in a cooler, is to keep the holes cool so they don't get warm and soft and then deform in the magazine. Just all that vertical pressure from the spring on the bolt. That's all it is. It's not that the guns are finicky. It's people buy cheap-ass holes because they're cheap. And then they have problems in playing the gun. It's not the gun. It's people being idiots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shotgun ammo isn't that expensive.
No, I mean, you're going to pay an extra, maybe at the very high end, 4 cents a shell. Like, it's And maybe 10 cents a shell if you buy the real high end.
That's
not
fine.
that much of a difference.
Who gives a shit? It's just
So
money.
you
You'll make
just
more
buy
of it.
double A's, buy gold medal grands, or buy like the STS from Remington. Any of those, you're fine.
So the double A's, I got like 4 cases of those right now, actually.
And also, the other problem people have is they forget about the same spring tension in the big mags. So in the short mags, the 10 to 12 rounders, you can run super light ammo because there's not that much tension. But once you start getting 20 round mags, you need to have at least 1,200 feet per second and a 1/1/8 ounce load to get over all that pressure on the carrier. If you start shooting 1145s, 1 ounce stuff like that, it's not enough force to overcome that spring pressure. So short mags, run whatever you want. Long mags, you gotta have 1,200 1/8 with good holes.
So I'm just going to buy an open shotgun and then just be like, okay, what do I do now? And then just have you tell me all the shit.
Ask them, what ammo do you recommend? And they'll tell you, and just buy that.
Yep.
Don't go buy the cheap box of Federal or the cheap box of Winchester or whatever with the soft hole stuff. Buy good. You have a great shotgun. Buy great ammo for the shotgun.
So, VR80 or Vepr style was another question.
Again, I don't have a whole lot of experience with the VR80 stuff, and it's still kind of new to the market. It's only been out for like 2 years now. I want to say the long-term wear on those guns was someone who actually puts down 50,000 rounds or something through them before I can make a judgment. And the guys who I know who shoot those, I'd probably only put a couple thousand through them, if that. I just know the Veprs are tried and true, and so I go with the reliability of those over a new product that may or may not be better at the end. Who knows?
I just think they look so funny with that giant banana-looking mag. I'm surprised you don't get that thing hung up on more shit.
It's really not. There's not that much of vertical things in the States to get hung up on, so it's not that big of a deal, really.
I saw
a low port. Yeah.
I saw a guy at a local match like a couple months ago. I went and shot a little local match. I don't even remember where it was. I don't even remember who the guy was. But he was shooting PCC and he had those big ass Glock mags, with a big extension on it.
Oh, yeah.
And he came around a wall and racked that bitch and it just went kablam.
Just shitty gun handling and not so much the gun's fault.
But he goes bam and hits it real fucking hard and that thing just goes and explodes. He comes in.
Rounds on the floor.
Yeah, pretty much. He comes up and he's like, kind of looks down. He goes, shit. And then he goes to change the mag and it wouldn't drop. So he like had to pull it and stick another one back in, re-rack. And then he like got about halfway through that mag and it double fed. And I was just like, oh, this guy must have really pissed someone off. Because karma's biting him in the ass.
Yeah, those are rough. I've seen quite a few of those.
Yeah, it was bad. Like we were all just watching it like, oh my God, that sucks. And then he's down there like picking up all the rounds after it because he was like, I need to get all my shit. And the RO was like, grab the mag and all the mag pieces. Leave all the fucking rounds. I don't have time for you to pick all that up. Let's keep rolling.
Recently?
Yeah.
Oh, that's $60 on the ground. What are you doing?
Dude, so listen, the guy was like, what? He starts getting an attitude and he's like, oh, I'm picking those rounds up. He goes, leave the fucking rounds. And the guy's like, no. And he's like, dude, pick them up after is what I'm saying. And the guy was like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. So he like goes and then like after like me and a couple other guys like felt bad. We go over there, we help pick them all up because by then people were walking and trampling all over them. So they got kind of buried in the shit. It was bad. I was like, ooh.
I've got $60 on the floor laying there. I'm going to grab it. Yeah.
Oh, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I listen. I dropped a primer the other day. No bullshit. In my garage. Normally, like last year, before COVID, before the pandemic hit, before the primer shortage hit, if I'd have dropped a primer on the floor, I'd have been like, I'll find that bitch when I clean the room later. Like, I could give a fuck less. Yeah. I dropped that primer, and I was like, Sherlock fucking Holmes searching for this fucking thing. Like I'm on all fours like looking under stuff and moving it. And like, oh, dude, yeah, for real. And I load in the garage now, and it was nighttime, so I have a bright light in there with like all the like. There's no outside light, so like there's a bunch of shadows. So I'm like phone looking through with the light, like trying to find. I finally found it, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I tossed it back in the primer core later, and then it hit me. I was like, you just spent 25 minutes looking for one primer. Like, what is the world coming to? Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. All right, so we're going to start getting to the fun parts. This has all been fun, but let's get to the fun parts. So, what are your goals for this season and the next season? What do you have any big, like, gotta do this, want to do this type goals?
This season, find ammo. Next season, shoot said ammo. No, this season, I don't have a whole lot on my calendar this year. Just, it is how it is. But I will be going to PCC Nats, and I want to take second at PCC Nats. I know Max is a whole different monster, and I'm not where I need to be to compete with him, where he's at right now. But I think I can take second at PCC Nats, and I'm going to try to do that.
At this point, second at PCC Nats is like winning PCC Nats.
Right.
Yeah, because both the Maxes in their respective divisions are just animals. Mm-hmm. Max Leograndis with the PCC is, that guy figured something out, and he's not sharing the wealth.
No, for sure. So I used to be able to hang with him in 2017. I beat him at Barry Steel. I got him at Lucas because of default. I'll get the story there anyway. But even he afterwards, I roomed with him at that match. And he's like, I don't think I would have caught you after, even if what happened didn't happen. But after that,
that was the bump. That was the bump fire thing, right?
Do what?
That was the bump fire fiasco, right?
Yeah, that was that whole thing. That was 2017. Yeah.
I wasn't shooting.
Between
then.
That and 2018, I don't know what he did. Something happened, and all of a sudden he's pulling out 5%, and then 2019 is 10%. And what's this guy doing? He's smoking the whole field. It's nuts.
I can tell you what he's doing.
Well, I've talked to him. I'm still friends with him. I've talked to him, not all the time, but, every
he's
now
dry. And He's dry firing.
That's how you do 12 splits at 25-yard partials is you dry fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. I constantly study everyone. Like, I've studied you. Like, when we talked about doing this podcast, I went through and watched like every one of your videos and like sat there and deduced it and like looked at all like what you do and how you do it, and you're a fucking beast.
And that's how nothing ever looks fast when I shoot.
It looks extremely efficient, and that to me is cooler than shooting a 10 split, and that is what wins matches. But I've watched Max a lot, and I've like just really paid attention, and I've watched him versus other people, and what separates that guy is that his accuracy and speed and transitions at distance are on another level. He figured out a way to shoot 25 yards plus with the same transition speed, the same aggression, and the same accuracy as he figured out how to shoot 25 yards in. And you don't think that's a huge advantage, but distance is my current crutch. My current crutch in my game is where I fall behind against a JJ or a Christian or a Chris Tilley or someone like that is 17 yards and out on partials, right? Is where they're picking.
Yeah, you gotta figure, for Max's example, I would say he's gaining about a quarter to 0.3 seconds per far target. It's insane. Mm-hmm. You do that for whatever amount of targets, it just runs away with it. It's nuts,
dude. Yeah, it snowballs really, really fast. Frelick's got close to him a couple times, I think,
Yes.
but not really. Yeah.
Like so Josh is Mr. Consistent for the most part, right? So
Yeah,
Max is
exactly.
gonna send it. And then sometimes he gets penalties, right? Well, if you're just being Mr. Consistent, Josh Fraley, Shannon Smith in open, right? He's just there, right? Just cruising.
Yeah.
He'll let
Shannon
somebody
is
else ruin though.
Shannon is yeah, Shannon is not setting the world on fire. But what he is doing is he's shooting the same on everything, super consistent, won't win a stage, won't lose a match by more than 10% at a nationals. Like, just does super well.
That's Josh with everything except for the shotgun. He's a monster with the shotgun. It's a whole different thing. But yeah, with PCC, he'll just hang in there and let Max ruin himself, and then it ends up being a pretty good race, usually between
Yeah.
those two. So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I talked to Max about that a little bit. I was like, dude, if I could figure out how to shoot my open gun at distance like you do your PCC at distance, I'd fucking kill everyone in the face. And he was like, yeah, true. I was like, oh man, and he's a hell of an open shooter too. Just he won open nats last year. I think he won master, or he was close. I think he won master. I'm not sure.
like 86% of Christian, I think it was something like that.
Yeah, dude, 86% of Christian is fucking phenomenal.
I know I can get. I'm just gonna hear this and get pissed off and train more, but I know I can get Max currently with pistol, but I don't know about how much. This is also why I want to go to open nats and just see where I actually stand up.
Do it, bro. Do it. We'll shoot open nats together.
I'll do it. I'll do it next year. Screw it. Why not?
Yeah. I'm going to try to be on the super squad, but if I don't make the super squad and everything just goes completely awry, then we'll shoot that hoe together. Even then, I might shoot it with you anyway. Fuck the super squad. What? It's breaking up. All right, now I can hear you.
Suicide Squad and B team that bitch. We'll do it.
Yeah, dude, that's what we're doing this year. We got the super duper squad, all the super squad rejects who didn't make it or had issues last year. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. So just lost my train of thought. So anyway,
That's distance.
yeah. Max splits distance because you said you wanted to win. You wanted to get second at PCC Nats. That's a sick goal. What percentage are you looking for?
Within 5%.
That's smoking.
I think it's doable. I haven't really put that much work in PCC since 2017, and so I got until October this year to put some work in, so I'm probably going to try that. But I also got some, multi-gun matches between now and then, so I got to train on 4 guns. But it's a pain, especially when I only got a handful of rounds to shoot with each, but I'll make it work. I'll find a way.
So multi-gun is pistol, rifle, shotgun, PCC, right?
There's an option for PCC, but I despise those who shoot PCC and multi-gun.
Okay, so you got to train.
PCC only in PCC matches.
So what 4 guns do you have to train for multi-gun then?
Well, no, just a straight for multi-gun, but I got to keep training with the PCC to be ready by October for Max.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, a 5th gun if I want to shoot single stack in October as well, I think. Damn it.
What match is that?
The Gridiron Match. It's a single stack first production match in California. They just brought it back recently. It's the best. It's only a level 1 match, but it's a legit championship with legit GMs in it. But and it's the most well put on level 1 match I've ever seen in my life. They bring out all the props and the bells and the whistles and the gadgets, and it's elaborate. It's good.
I need to go check that out. For sure. So we're gonna have some fire questions now. We're gonna find out who you think is gonna win each nationals. So I know you don't keep up. Do you keep up with USPSA pretty well? Okay. So we'll start with PCC. Oh, you gotta say it louder. Max. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, what about limited?
Is Christian shooting limited?
Christian is not shooting limited.
I'm gonna go with dark horse. You ready?
Hmm.
Gianni.
That was my pick last year. Yeah.
Also, local guy. Respect. That boy.
Yep. That's a solid pick. That's a solid
But you
pick.
can't, you can't really count out, Mason or, is Hetherington shooting production or was it limited?
Hetherington was production. He won the production title last year.
Nils would shoot a damn 40. I'd like to pick Nils too, but
He's going to.
oh, is he?
I don't know if you saw this or not, but Canik just dropped a new gun. It's another version of their SFX, and if you look on calibers available, it says 40.
I guarantee if that's posted, he's already had it for 6 months. Ooh, that's gonna be tough to argue with too.
I saw this 3 days ago. My buddy
Oh.
sent it to me. My buddy sent it to me and was like, so Nils is shooting a 40, and I immediately thought in my head, that changes everything. Nils is going to crush limited. He got fourth with a minor Canik last year shooting his production gun. And if you changed him to major scoring, he won by like 3%.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards, and Gianni's been putting a lot of work in, but Nils is still Nils. Oh, hell. I'm going to pick 1, 2, 3. I don't know the order, but Gianni, Nils, and Mason. How about that?
I agree with that. I agree with that top three. I would try to throw Shane in there somewhere. I don't know who I would shoot out of it to put him in there. My top four would be those three and Shane.
I like that.
Because Shane's still Shane. Shane can show up in any match, and if Shane shoots like Shane can shoot, he's going to crush you. It's going to be sick. And then PCC has their own, so it's limited. What is it? Limited and what else? And then it's what?
PCC and carry optics. Same time.
Yeah. So PCC and carry optics. So carry optics, who do you think is going to crush that one?
Max, followed by Wanzik.
Wanzik's a good pick. Man, I have a lot of faith in Mason for carry optics. I think he's going to be second.
I haven't followed carry optics too closely outside of the top couple of guys, but I still believe it.
I think my homie Jay Beal is going to be somewhere in the top 5. I think he's going to be somewhere in the top 5. I think he can do it.
I like that.
He may be top 3. I don't know. We'll see. But now, open.
Well, I'm going to go with Trevor with the win. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, buddy. What a good friend.
I don't know. I think Christian's got the momentum, but JJ's hungry as hell.
Correct.
KC is never to be underestimated, ever.
Ever in the history of fucking never ever.
Shannon's always right there.
I love Shannon, but I think his age is starting to catch up with him a little bit.
If Graffel shows up, Graffel wins. I still put that. But
100%.
I'm going to go top 3 with an asterisk excluding Graffel. Oh, God. That's hard because JJ and KC, Lemcat teammates, even though they're shooting other guys now with Torres and Beretta, it's still, still there.
Old homies.
Christian's a buddy. Oh, damn. I don't know. I got 1 and 2 Christian, JJ, and a 3 KC. I can't pick 1
Yeah.
and 2.
Yeah. So I'll start this off by saying that World Shoot's gone. It's not happening.
Yep, 2022. Yeah.
2022. So World Shoot's gone. And the hang up for Open Nats was Greffel having to shoot the French championship to qualify for the World Shoot because it was the same time as Open Nats here. He will not have to do that anymore. He's wanting to come to the U.S. for a trip. I think he will come to the U.S. to shoot Open Nats because if he can't beat Christian at the World Shoot this year, I think he wants to do it on a home turf. And if he shows up and he dusts Christian on U.S. soil, all fucking hell will break loose.
Dude, he is shooting better than granted, he's been around forever, but he's shooting better now than I've seen him in the last, I don't know how long, at least 5 years.
I've watched a lot of old footage on Greffel.
Mm-hmm.
This is the scariest version of Greffel I've ever seen.
It's terrifying, isn't it? The videos of the indoor range stuff he's been doing.
I'll be honest, dude. Like I watch him shoot that, and I'm like, oh fuck, I am garbage water compared to this guy. Like,
and he's shooting a checkmate. Like, no offense to CZ, but like,
yeah, like for real. Like I look at my shooting. I think I even pulled up he shot an array in his video. I set up that array in practice, and I shot it just cold turkey. Went up, shot it, compared the two videos, and I was like, oh. So he's winning by 15%. Like, no problem. Okay, that's how that's going to work. Lovely. I can't hear you.
He's just so damn consistent. What it looks like anyway. And he's just,
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's doing. He's getting back in great shape again. He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think if Greffel shows up, I have a hard time seeing Greffel not win. That being said, it would be cool if Christian beat Greffel, just to add to the legacy because he is a buddy. Now for Open Nationals, of course, me. But outside of myself, if I don't win, which, I mean, come on, I'm going to fucking win. No, so outside of me, I'm at a 3-way tie at the moment between Christian, JJ, and Casey. I'm giving the edge to Christian just because of the amount of momentum he has. But JJ is JJ.
He's pissed from Open Nats last year, and he's pissed from production this year.
Yeah, like he's due. He's due. Yeah. I've always said JJ is the most talented guy with a handgun possibly to ever be alive without the amount of championships that should be showing for his greatness.
A lot of heartbreak.
He's had a lot of heartbreak, man. A lot of adversity, a lot of matches that just should have been his that just weren't. Like he's like a couple dozen championships shy of where he should be rightfully. But that's the game, man. That's the game. You know, shit happens. And KC, in my opinion, is a Hall of Famer. Like,
oh yeah.
Bar none. Mm-hmm. Like if we had a Hall of Fame, he's first ballot already in. He's still not even retired, and he's in already. He'll go down as one of the greatest shooters to ever live.
Sure.
Casey is scary to shoot against. He's so fast. Like Casey's the fastest person at Open Nationals by far.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the fastest open shooter by a mile, in my opinion. He just, that speed catches him sometimes in a bad way. And then when he tries to slow it down a little bit, then he loses some ground. It's weird.
The only reason I don't have, I would love them all three to be neck and neck, but if he's going to be shooting that new Taurus with the amount of time he can get behind it, if he hasn't already gotten it, I don't know. I'm sure he has.
I'm sure he
But the
has.
transition is going to be a little different. I don't know.
I
It's
don't
got to be
know
a
if
little.
he'll. I don't know. You think he's going to shoot a Taurus open gun by then?
I don't think he will. I think it's going to be a next year thing.
I think he's going to shoot the Zevcat still.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, his wife has been shooting a Taurus open gun forever. He's got to be familiar with it. Well, his fiance. I think they just got engaged, right? Yeah. Congratulations to Casey if he's listening to this. Yeah, I mean, I see Casey always being a threat. I feel like you could put any gun in his hand and he's a threat. Yeah, by far. All right, so let's talk about what are like the major three gun championships.
So you're going to have everyone all over the country claiming what is the best in the real championship. Well, I do that based upon not necessarily the match, but who's at that match. Like if you win X championship, but there was no one there and you won by 30%, did you really do anything? Can you claim that, right?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of big matches that for multi-gun that I would claim. Number one would be USPSA Multi-Gun Nationals has the most heat in every division at it. Granted, there's not one at the match this year. And Texas guys are probably screaming at me right now. But when you got a field 10 deep in every division, like, you can't just talk shit because you weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't shoot real long range. Like, yeah, we shot to 600 yards. What more do you want? Come out there and compete. Leave your little circle of Texas and play somewhere else.
Easy, man. I'm from Texas.
I'm from Texas, too. I was born in Texas.
Were you?
Yeah, Fort Worth.
Fuck yeah, dude. I knew we loved each other for a reason.
And then Wyoming, the last 2 years or 3 years, the Wyoming Governor's Cup has been very deep in fields. So I also put that up on the list. There are other ones, the Tri-Gun in Minnesota, the Grand Championship you saw put on the last 2 years had some heat. It's much less last year than the first year of it. Texas Three-Gun Championship is deep. I'm thinking of Missouri. I can't remember. Generation Three-Gun's pretty deep. There's a handful out there, but as far as the number one that I would pick for the most heat and the real title would be USPSA Multi-Gun Nationals, even though they didn't have one this year.
So let's talk next year. USPSA Multi-Gun Handgun Nationals. Who do you think's winning each division?
Said multi-gun handgun. You said multi-gun handgun nationals.
You know what I meant.
Yeah,
multi-gun
if they have
championship.
if they find a range that can host it and they have a match director to do it, which is the problem this year. If Daniel Horner shows up, Daniel Horner wins tag. I'll take open, and I'm going to go Riley Croft. If he shoots limited, he'll win limited, or I'm going to go. Oh my God, I'm forgetting his name. I'm so sorry. Crap. I'm so sorry. Joe Easter. I'm sorry, Joe. Joe takes limited.
Okay.
They don't have a heavy because no one ever shoots heavy anymore. But if they did, I would put it to AMU's Tyler Payne.
What if Horner doesn't show up?
It's a curveball. If
That's what I
Nils
do,
shows
man.
up, if Nils shows up, he'll be up there. Joe could be up there. Riley could be up there if he shoots tack. Oh, there's so many guys in tack though. Like, there's so many.
Joe shoots open now, doesn't he?
He should know one this year, yeah. Oh yeah, he should know one this year. Yeah, I'm still gonna take Joe. Love you, buddy. Love you. I'm taking you.
Joe, that was a polite way of saying fuck you.
I talk shit to Joe all the time online. It's great.
We all talk shit to Joe.
Subtly. No, not so subtly through DMs every now and then. Just to poke the bear, make it fun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I love getting in people's heads. Like people I'm going to shoot against, like when I see them doing something, I'm like, fuck, dude, that looks sloppy.
Like, man, Kyle Litzy, definitely on the list. Potential winners. Oh, who else we got? Oh man. You know what? Nils and Kyle can fight it out. I think that would probably be, if Horner's not going to be there, I would say those two are my favorites to win TAC at the moment.
Solid picks. Mm-hmm. All right, so now let's do everybody's favorite part. We're going to do 2 Mount Rushmores.
Oh.
We're going to do this first. We're going to do the Mount Rushmore of 3-gun, and then Mount Rushmore of just USPSA and IPSC. So we'll do 3-gun first. Who's your Mount Rushmore 3-gun?
Gary Mitchell, obviously. Danny Horner, Greg Jordan, and I think I got to throw Keith Garcia on there just because he's been up there for so damn long.
It's a solid 4. 4. Now,
Hetherington also for tech. Sorry, previously. Yeah, Mike brought that up again. Good call.
Yeah, Hetherington's a monster.
As is Gaskowitz. Anyway.
Someone said Jerry, Daniel, Greg, and Scott.
No. That's my local buddy. I've only been in the game for 6 or 7 years. I'm not doing that yet.
Yeah, but how old are you?
31.
31. You're young, bro.
I got a couple of years left.
Yeah. I'm willing to say that by the end of your career, you're probably going to be on some people's Mount Rushmores.
I'm off people's dartboards at the moment, I'm sure. But
I love it. Jim's back. He had to work on his jersey design. That's awesome.
I'm going to go for the pistol IPSC side. I'm not too knowledgeable outside of in the IPSC world aside from Eric. I don't know that many guys.
Just exclude them.
Eric, Gary.
Jerry on this one
both,
too?
Jerry's on both monuments. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Jerry.
He's the George Washington of shooting.
You put him on every dollar bill and no one will get mad about it.
Yep.
Jerry, Graffel, Latham. Who am I forgetting? I kind of want to put Jared on that list. Jared. I don't know. Jerry, Latham, Graffel, and JJ, I think.
It's a solid 4.
I think so.
It's a solid 4.
Yeah.
That is a solid 4. All right, so now I'm gonna do this is how we're gonna get close to ending it here. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done before. If you could pick your 12 first ballot Hall of Famers, who would they be?
I can't go all deep, man.
We'll go 6.
That's still just for like general shooting Hall of Fame.
Shooting Hall of Fame. Your 6 first ballot Hall of Famers.
Jerry.
Of course.
Latham.
Yep.
Mike Voigt.
Solid. R.I.P.
JJ, Casey, Max, Graffel. Is that 6 already?
That's 7.
Oh shit.
See, you can do 12,
Todd Jarrett's got to be on the list. He's been around forever, just crushing it. Always, he's still crushing it.
of course.
Um, Coley, Shannon.
2 more.
I'm in the wall now. All right, I'm gonna end it at 10. I'll end it there.
All right, we'll end it at 10. That's a solid 10.
Oh, you know what? Actually, Rourke, Lena Mitchell, there you go.
Boom. Got to have
Sorry.
some females in there.
There you go.
Yeah, because they
How
are.
dare I? I'm fucking sorry.
You're right, though. Ashley Roark, monster. One of the most accomplished female shooters of all time. One of the most accomplished shooters that I know of. And same with Lena. She's a beast, dude. She's a beast. I mean, she has been crushing it since she was a child.
Still sub 30, isn't she?
Yeah, she's like, I think she's younger than me. She's a beast. Like, Lena's already one of the most accomplished shooters, probably of all time.
Maria. What's Maria's last name? I'm thinking of IPSC Maria Production, Russia.
I don't know. I don't know a whole lot of Russian shooters.
The one who beat Stoger in a match.
That's funny.
She's been crushing. She's been like finishing 95% or winning the match overall in production. Incredible. Can't remember her last name though.
Send me her info, Jim, if you got it. I want to know who this is, or you, whoever knows who he's talking about. Send me that info. I love studying new people. But yeah, Ashley and Lena definitely should be on that.
Also, send me Maria's info. I can't remember her last name anymore. I can't just Google Maria. I probably can't Maria IPSC and it'll probably come up, but you know.
Yeah, probably. But well, that is a solid way to wrap up the show with a first time ever doing the 12 Hall of Famers. I thought that's not my idea. I'll give credit where credit's due. One of my buddies was talking about why we don't have a Hall of Fame of shooting. And I was like, man, that's genius. I wonder who would be in it. And then we started going down the list and we got way deeper than 12. And I was like, dude, I should start asking people that.
Doneth family with JoJo, and you got to throw Kay Michalik in the mix also.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
So many.
If we opened a Hall of Fame, which we should, if there was a legit Hall of Fame, which there should be, God dang, would we have to have a few years where there's 50 people on the list.
300 pages long.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. But cool, brother. Well, man, I enjoyed the shit out of this. Before we wrap it up, why don't you go ahead and tell people where they can find you on social media, and then shout out some sponsors.
Scott Greene on Facebook, Scott Greene _3gun on Instagram. Primary sponsors are mostly going to be Limcat, Vortex Optics, LAG Tactical, shootstill.com, various others in and out. But yeah, just find me online. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Hell yeah, brother. We got to do some 3-gun training before my 3-gun match that I've now roped myself into shooting with you. And we'll shoot some open as well. So maybe we'll have you down here in Houston to teach. Do you teach classes?
Classes pending soon.
Okay, but you do teach.
Not yet. I have not yet. Never had a class, never taken a class, never taught a class.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just going to have you down here to do some shooting.
No, sounds good.
Sounds like a lot of fun. But, brother, this has been awesome. Do you have any last words?
Shoot more than one gun, you pistol guys. Let's do it.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, this has been a ball. I enjoyed it. You're a legend in my book. I think for 3-gun, you're By the list that I'm seeing, you're already a Hall of Famer. So you would be on my list of Hall of Famers.
That's done.
I didn't hear you.
We'll add some more on there before I'm done.
Yeah, I would say. I think you got probably another 20 years of killing it. If you live to be like Jerry, you probably got another 40. I feel like when I shoot like my 3-gun match in 10 years, he's going to be like on a walker still beating me.
Just racing up a hill, you'll be fine. You got him.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do next time I see him. Does she want to race, motherfucker? He'll probably kneecap me and win. But awesome, brother. Well, dude, this has been great. I appreciate it. Thank you again for coming on. Scott Greene, everybody. Later, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Greene. Thank you for tuning in this long. If you listened to the whole thing, you're a champion. If you watched the whole thing, you're a fucking saint. This will be up on, obviously, YouTube and all the podcast forums, podcast platforms. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, and then leave an awesome 5-star review on whatever podcast forum you're watching this on or listening to. It helps me out a lot, helps get new viewers. This podcast is growing at a rapid rate. I'd like to keep it that way. So maybe we can monetize this thing and make some money. But that'll be way later on down the road. But and then merch, as soon as merch is available, you guys will know about it. The podcast, when it is available, I'm going to give away probably a dozen or so articles of clothing. So look out for that. And again, if you made it this far, you're a champion. I appreciate you. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you on the range.